And now we check back in with Amanda, who spent the day in West Lawn as part of our In Your Neighborhood series. Amanda.
Yeah, Brandis, and I'm here with a public official whose district covers parts of West Lawn, and that is Cook County Commissioner Alma Anaya. Thank you so much for being here. Now, of course, we want to touch on the political news. We're here in West Lawn, in part because it is home of former Illinois House Speaker and Democratic Party Chair Michael Madigan. What are your thoughts on his indictment, and how does that impact public trust?
Yeah, so just like everyone, I was astonished, but I think one of the beauties of West Lawn community is that it's such a close-knit community, support each other, and just like they rely on each other as a community, rely on elected officials. And I think that we need to continue to push for and maintain trust and integrity in public office. So definitely something that we all as elected officials need to strive for.
Do you imagine that his no longer having this power hold in Springfield is going to hurt the community, bring fewer resources to West Lawn?
You know, the community, again, is very close-knit. I think we tie together, all elected officials work towards one goal and ensuring that there are resources, that there is information here available. We have some wonderful not-for-profit organizations and some clinics and other health institutions, and of course, institutions like the one we are in today that really just bind together and really provide resources and information for our constituents, and we're really there for everyone, and we do it as a collective.
Now, one of the impacts so much that is awful as a consequence of the pandemic is an increase in domestic violence rates. And that is something that you have advocated for, bringing more resources to repairing those harms, prevention. Can you share with us what action the county has taken along that front?
Yeah, absolutely. Just like every level of government, we've noticed that there has been an increase in domestic violence. It may shock a lot of people, but domestic violence and sexual assault and other gender-based violence has not been gone. I mean, it's not something from the 1940s, 1950s. It is very well alive and impacting and causing trauma in our communities, and it doesn't concentrate in one area of the city of Chicago or in Cook County. So we want to make sure that we're expanding services, and we've done that in Cook County. We have announced for the first time that we will be having gender-based violence resources and grants for non-for-profits that have been doing this work for such a long time, and I was made aware as well that the city of Chicago did the same thing as well. So we're moving in the right direction. We need to provide structure for these organizations and for our constituents that are survivors.
And you do represent communities that have been hit hard by the pandemic, particularly Latinx communities on the southwest side. There are, however, now higher than elsewhere vaccination rates. What do you think is the reason for that?
I think that individuals are really realizing the fact that vaccines really do work, and that they are providing real recovery in our health sphere in our community. So I think that although that there is an increase there were increase in cases, and for example, we're in 60629, which was to record still one of the areas that had the most positive cases throughout the pandemic. We see that we need to continue again to provide the resources and right information to our constituents to really see what is the benefit of receiving vaccines, and also being very safe, wearing our mask, making sure that we're washing our hands, and staying safe and healthy.
Well, thank you for joining us, and of course, stay safe to you as well. That was Cook County Commissioner Alma Anaya. Back to you.
And Amanda, thank you. Before we let you go, earlier tonight you spoke with Enrique Mendoza from the Southwest Collective, and the organization has a program that you wanted to ask about, but we ran just out of time. Tell us about that program.
Yeah, I will ride out this segment by talking about divvies, which evidently weren't really over here on the southwest side for a long time, not coming past Pulaski, and the Southwest Collective was instrumental in bringing those bikes over to this area. So now there are a couple of divvy stations at West Lawn Park, and Enrique Mendoza tells me that they are quite popular, and I expect more so once the snowy weather passes and spring finally arrives.
I'm sure they will be. Amanda, thank you.